For the Mark Brickey experience. All right. Mark Brickey is an inspiring character unto himself. You might know him from the very popular daily podcast, Adventures in Design, of which he created and hosts every day. And it's an honor to have him here today. Please give it up for Mark Brickey.
Thank you. I want to address something first. I don't have sunglasses on because I think I'm a rock star. I have sunglasses on because I have a cataract, which is the opposite of being a rock star. It's being like, first thing I want to let you guys know is I got a cataract in my eye. So always a fun thing to find out when you're in your 40s. And it's only going to get worse from here. All right, I'm very excited to speak to everybody today. That last group of folks that was just on the stage embraces everything that I love about living in Southern California. The amount of diversity that we have in this city is just finally starting to find its way to the entertainment industry. We live it every day, but you can't forget about the rest of the nation and the rest of the world that keeps their eyes on us and the entertainment industry that comes from here. So one of the things that everybody wants to do when you're a creative is you want to get further and further up that ladder. You want to make your way to the top of whatever your goal is. And as you're learning today, and when you go to all of these things, and you take Skillshare courses, and you go to different creative conferences, there just are no secrets. And anyone who tells you they know the secret, congratulations, you have just met a liar. A certified, straight to your face liar. If they say they have the secret and then follow that up with, we should work together, run, don't walk, go the other way. But through doing Adventures in Design and now having over 900 and I think 25 episodes, you start counting after a while. After over 900 episodes and interviewing hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of top-level professionals, I'm not going to name drop, but I kind of guess I will so you know who I talk to. If it's in apparel, I've talked to Benny Gold and Bobby Kim of the Hundreds. If it's street art, I've talked to Tristan Eaton and Shepard Fairey. If it's music, I've sat across from Anthony Green from Circus Survive in a little hotel room, and we're sitting bed to bed, and he's staring at me with his beautiful face and these clear eyes, and I go, I don't know if this guy's going to fight me or fuck me, but I'm cool with it either way. So I get in these situations where I walk into people's world and I get to talk to them and I get to understand how they got to where they're at. Because my podcast is daily, 200 episodes a year, the audience is on this journey with me on we're all doing something. We're all doing something that's passion that's leading us. And the idea is, how do we turn our daydream into our day job? And when I talk to these people, because I have been a guy that was in a band for 10 years, because I did work in the music industry and design for years, and because I was an illustrator and a printmaker, I can sit across from most people, and I don't have to ask them what was it like. I can reminisce with them what it is like, and I can help tell that story of the struggle of getting to where you want to go. I got two different, I see what we're doing now. So one of the things that I've learned, and these are the different techniques or the different patterns that I've seen, is that you have to give yourself permission, right? Anybody who you've ever looked up to, anybody who's worthy of an interview, anybody who stood on the stage today, at some point, they gave themselves permission to be this person that they wanted to be. Now, the great thing about being alive and being a creative in 2019 is we no longer need the industry to give us, is this thing running on its own? What is this screen doing? Oh, okay. This one's dancing. We no longer need the industry to give us permission, right? We don't have to get signed. We don't have to have somebody come along and give us permission. We can make our own podcast. We can make our own movie. We can make our own whatever it is we want to do. We have the technology, we have the access, and many of us have an audience. So now the only person that you have to get permission from is you. And when you decide to follow your passion, when you decide to follow the thing that makes you what is the happiest thing that you want to do, all of a sudden the world starts to open up. When you start to figure out, this is what I want to do, this is the person I want to be, you start to get there. The window starts to open up for you. And when you follow your passion and not profit, you have an authentic voice of where the things that you're saying are coming from a place that's sincere because it's what you really wanted to do. You're not sitting back and doing the whole business 101 of, you know what people would buy? People would buy this if we made it. No, no, no. You don't do it that way. You're doing what it is you want to do. Eventually, you want to profit from your passion, right? That's where you want to get. My full-time job is my podcast. Excuse me. Had to lubricate there. My full-time job is my podcast, right? I haven't gone out and found like the world's greatest, biggest audience, but I found the people that were right for me. So each and every day, I create the content that I want to make. And I follow my passion of the things that I'm interested in, the things that I care about, and I tell that story. And I tell it from my perspective. And because it's all real, many people have decided to follow along and to listen to that story. You see, when you hire yourself, what you're really doing is this. You're showing the world the person that you've always wanted to be. What is your goal? Who are you? What do you really want to be? And a lot of people think of this as a 5-year plan. I would tell you tonight before you go to bed, really think about the path that you're on. Think about where you want to go. Write that down. Wake up tomorrow morning and say, I'm that person. Because when you show the world the person that you want to be, you start to become that person. You start to become what it is that you've always wanted people to think that you are. All right, now what the hell's going on? Become that person. Become that person. All right. Sorry, I'm the first one to do this, so I'm a little bit confused here. All right. So when I look at the patterns of success, everything breaks down into 2 different opportunities. When something comes in front of you and you've decided to give yourself permission, it's the very easy tool. Either something in front of you is a roadblock, it doesn't go towards your end goal, it's not the right amount of money, it doesn't make you that person you want to be, or it's a building block. It might not be the perfect gig, but it's one that's going to get you there. It's going to take you that next step up to where you want to go. So real quick, all the time, all you got to do is just look at something and go, building block or roadblock? Is this going to get me to that next level? Is it going to be that next thing that I want to do? Another pattern is the friendship model, right? Like you've decided who you want to be. You've decided what you want to do. You're analyzing everything that comes in front of you. Will this build me or will this get me off path? And then what you decide to do is put yourself around the right people, right? Because doing something like this on a Saturday, it's maybe not fun. Maybe when you woke up, you said, oh, do I really want to do this? But the friendship model is really important. And anybody who you've ever looked up to, they've always had a network of people around them. So it's real easy. All you got to do is just take chances, right? Take a chance, get up, go someplace. When you're there, put yourself in awkward situations, right? Be vulnerable. Don't just come and not talk to anybody. Actually come, be a part of the conversation, get around folks. You have to have trust, right? You have to trust when you're around people that you're in good hands and you're meeting people that can help you get to where you want to go and that there's something in there that you want for yourself. Because this creates a spiral of success, right? When you're around people that identify with who you are, they start to treat you as this person you want to become, you find yourself in this spiral of success. And everybody's always looking for the secret. And I know that sometimes the algorithm of social media can make you feel like, well, it's just not fair. These people with the big followings, they broke through. Why have I not gone viral? Man, I upload every single day, and viral is yet to find me. And it doesn't matter, because I'm making a good living and I'm doing what I want. The minute I start trying to play to viral, the minute I've broke the fun that I'm having. So this is the way it works. The number one thing isn't money. The number one thing that you can focus on as an artist or a creative of any walk of life is audience. Bands get signed if bands have audiences. Everything we've talked about today on the stage has been from the perspective of if you have an audience, you get the licensing deal. If you have the audience, you get the opportunities. Because the audience equals influence. And when you have influence, you get a level of power. And that level of power is that people know that you're willing to move the needle for them if you get hired. So they're not hiring you and they have to put all this money in marketing. Remember the teeter-totter of signing somebody with a small engagement? they know that you've got the power to move the needle. And that equals leverage. When you have leverage, you don't have to take every deal. When you have leverage, they know that you're worth something. And leverage equals money. But the best thing about money is, see, it's number 5 on this list. Money will buy you more freedom. And then when you have the freedom that you want, you can make what you want. You make the content that you want. So that freedom circles back around into, what do I want to do for me? What do I want to tell my audience? More people listen. Now your influence is bigger. Now you have more power, more opportunities. And you're spiraling in the spiral of success because every block is falling on top. So just to try to find money is a false metric because that money without all the other things, it's not going to get you where you need to get. And if you've ever listened to anybody important get interviewed, it's not about the money they made. It's about the art that they made. That's where their passion lies. The money is a false metric. So if you're an artist, you can start to think of customers and collectors, right? And if you're making content, you can think of it as fans and followers. But I don't use any of these words because these words automatically, and this is ironic, puts you up on a stage and everybody else is below you, right? I think of the people that I make content for as my friends. And when I meet them out in the real world, it's like I'm meeting a friend because they know me. They know my story. I haven't created a character for myself. I tell the story of trying to get up that spiral of success. This water thing is because I made fun of Trump when his teeth fell out. And now karma's coming back to get me. So I think of my audience as friends. So at the beginning of every episode, I say, hey friends, on today's episode, we're going to talk about this. I refer to them as friends. I treat them like friends. And I have to, because I hit record in this little room by myself sometimes, and I have to pretend like somebody's on the other line. So I imagine who they are. And as I go through the world and I meet these people, I realize that they are my friends. So by showing the world the person that you want to become, the world will start to treat you like that person. And this is really the big win of that theory, is that it doesn't matter, right, if you have the biggest audience in the world. It doesn't matter if you're viral or if you're here, you're there, and everything's exploding for you. It matters that you have the experience. So for me, all I wanted to do was have a talk show. I just wanted to have a talk show. I wanted to talk to people. Like today, a lot of the conversations are all about the pitch, the pitch, the pitch. Who here right now can't get the pitch? Oh, I'm the only one? All right. So there's like 5 of us that can't seem to get the pitch. Well, welcome to my club, friends. But there's this level of everybody just acts like you just can do this, you can do this. And it can be intimidating. But when you start to live your life under the mindset of I'm already doing what I want to do, everything starts to spin in the right direction for you. It's the difference in going out to a bar tonight and saying, I don't care, I just want to have a good time. You walk through the door, you have a certain amount of swagger, people pay attention to you, you might meet somebody, you might meet the person of your dreams. But if you go out to a bar tonight and you go, oh my God, I'm so sick of being single, I've got to end this. I got to end this streak of being a loser. I'm going to go out tonight, I'm going to find the woman of my dreams. It's not going to happen. That's desperation. And the rules of dating are the rules of life. So once you figure out who it is that you are, what you want to be doing, and you act that way, and you make decisions on that way, it all starts to fall together. And you feel like you are that person. So now here I am, the world's worst social media influencer. Like that is my job. I'm a social media influencer, and that term sucks. But what sucks worse than that are my numbers, right? 18,000 on Instagram, a couple thousand on Twitter. How does he pay his bills? Because I met the right 1,000 people. I launched my own paid subscription service. I have the right 1,000 people that pay me $9.99 a month. And I have complete freedom. No client, no direct customer, nobody telling me what to do. I wake up, I figure out what the story of the day is, I chase it, I pursue it, I tell it, I record it. I didn't ask for permission. Like if you want to be a talk show host, there's only like 5 of those gigs. Now with the internet, there's like 50 of them. But still 50, you got better luck of being in the NFL. And with a cataract, I can never see what's happening on the other side of the field. So I simply just said, you know what? It doesn't matter that I've done all this in art and design and printmaking. It doesn't matter that I've worked with all these big clients and had all these opportunities, because it's not exactly what I want to do. I want to entertain. I want to tell that story. And I want to resonate with other people that are on that journey. Because being a creative is lonely. Some of you may work at home, some of you may work at an agency, but when you're actually doing the work, you're by yourself. You're an army of one. And to be in that headset and to be talking to that person and making them laugh, entertain them, educate them, have fun with them, that's where I want to be. And I didn't have to ask anybody's permission to get there. And I enjoy being there. I have a completely unique job that I've fought hard to get, and now that I have it, I'm fighting twice as hard to keep it. So I'd like to just, if I could leave you with anything, give yourself permission to do what it is you want to do, and don't focus on who's at the top. Focus on you. Focus on how better you can tell that story. And focus on finding the right 1,000 people. You know, when you look at all the metrics of the internet, you feel like, man, everybody's got 1 million downloads but me. But it doesn't matter if it's only 1.5% of those people are engaged. They're just following PewDiePie because they're anti-T-Series. It's not a real metric, although he's rich, so it was a bad example. But you get what I'm saying, of there is a metric that you should follow, and that is you. Show the world the person you want to become, and become that person. Thank you so much.